In this video, we're going to talk about my on-the-ground live reporting yesterday in Ottawa at the one-year Freedom Convoy anniversary. There was protests, there was counter-protests, there was a massive march, there was Antifa, there was freedom fighters. It was a great time in Ottawa. And I apologize for the lack of music because I keep getting copyright strikes. So no more music until I can find someone. Hey, if you're a viewer, can one of you guys write me a song or something for my introductions? That would be dope. But before we get to the video, guys, crickets. Eat your crickets. Dry, disgusting, parasites in them. They're actually bad for you. But you got to listen to your masters and you got to eat the bugs. All right, let's get on with the video. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Been a few days I haven't made a YouTube video. But as you guys know, I have a large presence, a much larger presence on Twitter than I do on YouTube, and this is where I actually do my live reporting. So yesterday, I went out on Twitter and I announced to the people, right in this tweet, that I was heading down to Ottawa to report on what was happening in Parliament Hill. Well, people tend to get really excited every time the pleb heads down to Parliament Hill because there's always fireworks. Because Ottawa happens to be the most clownish, woke city in all of Canada. So, of course, the pleb's going to go there because I will always follow the circus. So, as we get to Ottawa, the first thing that greets me, okay, is a legend. A legend. He goes by the name of Barry Thongman. I don't know if you guys remember this guy, but he was at the Convoy last winter.
Let's go! Yeah, Trudeau must go! Let's go!
Treason Trudeau! He's gotta go!
Look at him today. He's actually wearing full underwear. Very good to see you, Barry Thongman. But he is wearing all his underwear today. He's the famous Treason Trudeau has gotta go. Many people in Barrie, Ontario know who he is. So it's always good to see the Barry Thongman. So as I actually get down to Ottawa and I see the counter-protesters, they greeted us with such a warm welcome, as you can see here in this picture. The Antifa socialists, if you actually zoom in, you go on Twitter, you'll see some people zoomed in on the picture, and there's actually a sickle and hammer on the picture, which is the sign of communism, as well as an anarchy A in the other. So these are clearly extremists. They showed up to greet the people of Ottawa, the people of the convoy, but they did not show up in large numbers. They were not a large group, but they certainly had a nice, warm, welcoming message for us. So here's going to be my first live report on the ground in Ottawa. Let's watch this together and show you guys kind of what I saw on the streets.
All right, reporting live. I'm going to show you guys something real quick in regards to these protests and counter-protests. There's a pretty big crowd here in front of Parliament Hill that you guys can see going all the way back. There's live music, but there's more freedom fighters here on this side of Wellington. More people coming down from here. Freedom fighters all along the street, but they're lining up against the Ottawa residents over there. They're on the other side, and they are greatly outnumbered today. The Ottawa,
yeah, they are looking like the fringe minority.
Residents are looking like the real fringe minority today. There's maybe 25 of them, and there are over 150 freedom fighters here. So Ottawa residents are greatly outnumbered, but they are each on one side of the road. We got the Ottawa residents on this side with all the freedom fighters along the side of the road and all the way back there at Parliament. So that's kind of what's going down here on the ground. I'll bring you guys more reporting as I go along and show you guys kind of what I see here on the ground in Ottawa. Thank you.
So this was earlier on in the day. The freedom side kept growing and growing and growing and get bigger and bigger and bigger. But this is earlier on in the day. Things got a little heated between some people know as Carl, the freedom fighter, and Sam. I think he was a guy who was at the Tupac church with the water gun. Things got kind of heated between each other. I'll show you guys this video here. Tell me what you guys think. Who won this argument? Let me know in the comments. Who wins this argument?
Back out of my face, buddy.
No, you're in my face.
Oh, no,
You're
no,
in
no.
my face.
No, no,
You're
no.
in my face.
No, no, no. Yeah, you want to go nose to nose? You want to kiss?
No, I don't want to
You want
kiss
to
you on my
kiss?
ass.
You want to go kiss?
Back up.
Oh, back up then. Back up. I'm not doing anything. You got in my face. Bye, Carl. You can shut it down. Back up.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the LGBT counter protester definitely won that exchange. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Carl. I like you, Carl, but he definitely won that exchange. So things were a little bit heated. The police were actually in the middle, splitting people up, like between both sides. There was like a police wall, but some people managed to get through, and those two managed to get through. But Antifa was there, and my friend Alexa Lavoie, I don't know if you guys probably know who she is from Rebel News, the reporter who got shot in the leg. She was there, and Antifa had just like this, were intimidating her and trying to bully her. Anytime she would film, they would just like stand there and stare her down and try to scare her. It's actually kind of creepy. Watch this footage.
Right in your face. Antifa staring. Takes a nice little selfie there. Love the mask today.
It's not. It's not very well, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
So they kept blocking her shots. They kept like staring her down, getting in her space. Let me tell you this. If that was any other mainstream media female journalist, like if that was Rachel Gilmore there getting stared down and intimidated like that, this would have been a big story. But because it's Rebel News, you know, all of a sudden they're not protecting female journalists. No one cares because it's Rebel News. A lot of hypocrisy in this world, especially Clown World Canada. But I managed to get footage right before the actual counter protesters left, because they had a very, very weak turnout yesterday, maybe like 25 of them, and hundreds of Freedom people showed up for the march. They were greatly, greatly outnumbered, and you could kind of see it. You could see the frustration in them as their protest was a failure. Their counter protest ended up being a failure. You could kind of watch this clip. You'll kind of see the frustrations come out.
You motherfucker! Nazi! You motherfucker! You Nazi!
Yeah, so isn't the left like so tolerant? I'm probably gonna have to like mute that audio because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube. But yeah, that is how unhinged these Ottawa woke people are. The party of acceptance and tolerance. This is who they truly are. They show their true colors. So here I'm reporting in this clip that the crowd keeps getting bigger. So like I said, there was maybe like 150 people there to start, but more and more people kept piling in before the giant march we had down in Ottawa. So
All right, reporting live here from the streets of Wellington. Just look at how big the crowd has gotten. The energy is wild. We got huge energy today. Huge energy. Huge. Thank you, truckers. Huge energy. The crowds are growing. The streets are packed. We're about to go for a walk. They're about to clear out Parliament Hill. But look here, we got a massive crowd. What's up, Mr. Fox? Let's go. We are going on a walk now. We're going to go on a march through Ottawa. I'm sure there will be plenty of really nice, warm messages from the residents of Ottawa, but you love to see it. We're here. Huge crowd. Bigger crowd than at the 1 year anniversary right now. It's a big crowd. Great energy. Reporting to you live from Ottawa. Let's go for this march.
So that was right before the march started. But yeah, you can see the crowd is starting to grow. The energy is starting to grow, and people are ready to go for this march. March through the streets of Ottawa, march for freedom. So the march, look, I have footage here. We're going to watch this, and there is so many people that showed up. It is truly crazy. Watch how many people there are here for the march.
Thank you for coming.
Let's try hanging it right.
It's quite a big crowd. Quite a big crowd showed up today. Awesome. Huh? It's the pleb. Yeah, I'm the pleb. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Man, we're here on a platform here. Man, the crowd's getting big. Hey! People keep saying hi to me here. It's awesome. Pleb! Nice to meet you. Thank you. Pleb! Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you guys. Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. Wow. Look at the size of this crowd, man. And it keeps on going. Freedom ain't dead in Canada, y'all. All right, we're going to go on this march, man, but just look at that crowd. The energy's wild. You guys, for you guys that are not here today, man, you missed out on quite a big crowd here showed up in Ottawa. I know this is going to trigger, the amount of people is going to trigger the left, but so be it, man. Freedom is not dead. Freedom is quite alive here in Canada. Yes. Still coming on.
Yes, so as you can see, quite a large crowd showed up for the march. It was really, it made me very happy. It made me feel like, man, if any of you guys are sitting there on your couch asking yourself, man, is the freedom movement dead? Is it over? Trudeau won, you know, is this thing done? Well, clearly you can see that it's not done. It's not finished. People are not done with the freedom movement. People are still showing up in large numbers to the freedom movement. Here's an actual other perspective. Here's another shot of how big the crowd was. So quite a large march, right? Like that's like it was a good sized crowd. Happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. Then, so as we're marching through Ottawa, we marched down Rideau, we went through the Byward Market, and then the freedom fighters, they made an unexpected stop in front of the the CTV building, because they wanted to protest the mainstream media, which was kind of an impromptu plan change. But yeah, they stopped. They wanted to protest CTV, so everyone stopped in front of the CTV building, and here's the footage of that.
All right, so reporting live here now. The march has paused. There was a march. The march has paused. Now we're in front of the CTV building where a protest has broken out for the Trudeau must go.
Who loves freedom?
I love freedom.
That's right. We're here for freedom. That's the way to do it. Thank you for coming from all over the country.
Big crowd.
All
Big crowd.
over the country we have. Standing up for freedom. Giving your effort, your energy, your attention.
Look at the size of the crowd here in front of the CTV building. Massive crowd. Massive crowd in front of the CTV building, man. It's going all the way down the street here. That's all the way at the corner. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Man, just look at the crowd. It's going all the way to the corner. It's still going on. They are protesting here in front of CTV. These people here are saying no to digital ID being slavery, down with the digital ID. Just look here, man. The costs are all behind us here, but yeah, massive protest has broken out in front of the CTV building. And look who's behind me. Mr. Rohan Kumar Paul, War Campaign. Go check him out on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter at RK Paul. But yes, just look at the size of this crowd. What are you laughing at? Brother, you're the best host in the business. I love coming to your house, man. You're a man's man. You're a man's man. I got nothing but respect for the War Campaign. All right.
Yeah, so I got to hang out with Ro. That's Ro from the War Campaign. So that's kind of what happened in front of CTV Ottawa. Anytime you see the protesters protesting the mainstream media, I think it warms everyone's heart to actually see that. During the march, we were joined by some big names, some people who broke out in the freedom scene, who who've made appearances on Tucker Carlson and all kinds of shows. The Save Canada kids, Josh Alexander, made an appearance. Look at this.
The Save Canada crew is in the house. How's it going today, Josh?
About yourself.
Thank you for showing up, brother. Thank you. Save Canada. Let's go. We're going to save Canada, right? Let's go.
The Save Canada kids are extremely popular. I gotta say, man, a lot of people wanted to take pictures with these kids. I guess it's so inspirational to see teenagers step up, because we're never gonna win without the youth. And to see the youth is normally predisposed to be more woke, you know, more liberal, more to the left. But these kids are like staunch conservatives, you know, showing up to protests at 16 years old against drag queen story time and all that. And that kid, Josh Alexander, actually got kicked out of his school because he stood up and said that there's only two genders, and he protested against trans people being able to use other people's bathrooms, you know, trans girls going into men's bathrooms, things like that. He got removed from school. Look him up, Josh Alexander, on Google if you guys don't know who he is. But very inspirational stuff to see our youth stepping up, you know, and fighting for their freedom. So we get back, the march is over, we get back to Parliament Hill, and then some like weirdo shows up. Another Antifa weirdo, some dude in a mask, and it okay, just look at this. So the dude's wearing a mask, but look at this.
Hi.
What's with the pink? What's with the black fingernails? Why do you paint your fingernails, Antifa man?
It's a uniform. This is nice.
Yeah, so yeah, so some like random dude in a mask comes to film the crowd, you know, with his pink fingernails. So Antifa paints their fingernails. You know, no one needed to know. You know, everyone already knows these people are, you know, they're effeminate men over on the Antifa side. So nice fingernails, Antifa man. Love the black fingernails. But yeah, so the day's wrapping up. It's getting to about like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I finally put in my final report from Ottawa. So here's my final report from the streets of Ottawa, letting you guys know kind of what I saw. This is kind of like the wrap up. And yeah, let's watch this clip. This is the wrap up, my final report from Ottawa.
All right, final report here from the streets of Ottawa. It's the Pleb. Man, what an awesome day. The day started off quiet. There was counter protesters from Ottawa that showed up in front of the freedom fighters here in front of Parliament Hill. They lined up on the other side of the street. The police had to separate. Well, they put a police line in between the freedom people and the locals. But I will tell you one thing, is that the locals were greatly outnumbered today. Massively outnumbered. So whenever people on Twitter are going to start telling you guys that we are the fringe minority, look at the videos I posted today. Look at the size of the crowd of the counter-protesters versus the protesters, and ask yourself, who's the real fringe minority in this country? So the energy was amazing. People started piling in as the day went on. More and more people showed up until a massive march broke out all the way down Rideau Street. I posted some footage. The lineup was really long. The march was huge. I got to give a shout out today, man. I ran into Alexa Lavoie, one of my friends. Man, she is a rock star. She gets mobbed everywhere she goes. As well as the Save Canada kids. Oh my God, these kids are superstars. I have never seen more people ask for pictures than I did with the Save Canada crew. And man, inspirational stuff, man. The energy was just really good here in Ottawa. I'm going to tell you this, guys, if you're sitting at home and you're feeling down that, you know, you supported the freedom movement and you feel like, hey man, maybe the freedom movement is finally dead now, it's not. You know, watch my footage. Look at this amount of people that showed up here today to support this freedom protest on the 1-year anniversary. I don't think this movement is anywhere near done. I think that this movement ain't going anywhere until Justin Trudeau is out of office. So what an awesome day here in Ottawa. If you guys enjoyed my coverage of today's event, you guys want to support me, I'll put a coffee link in the description in the first reply, and you guys can buy me a coffee if you guys want to support my work. But man, I had a great time here in Ottawa. Good to see all the familiar faces here. Good to see the great energy. Amazing march. Man, blown away. It was just an awesome day. The freedom movement is strong. It's not dying. And everyone here today is going to leave after their protest. They're not going to be staying here for 3 weeks, so the Ottawa residents will not be as mad this time. So, reporting live from Ottawa, it's the Pleb. Thank you guys for watching my coverage. See you guys at the next one.
So that was my live reporting from Ottawa. You know, awesome time. Awesome time. Happy I got to go there. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Pleb is a good on-the-ground reporter? Do you think I have some skills in this? I feel like my confidence is coming up when I go down and on the ground and report on these things. Some of these videos, man, the response has been amazing. I've never got so many likes and retweets in my life as I did in the last 24 hours with all this coverage. So, man, it's always a pleasure to get to Ottawa. I will make sure that I will always be on the ground reporting on these big events. Yeah, leave a like. I know if you guys got this far in this video, we're already at like 21 minutes, so 22 minutes almost. So leave a like on the video. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe, okay? Make sure to subscribe if you like the Pleb's content, and I'll see you at the next video.